Welcome back. So today we're going to dig into something that really affects all of us, happiness. And we often think that the big, dramatic events in life are what shape our joy. But what if the real culprits are actually way smaller, quieter, and hiding in our everyday routines? Let's take a closer look.
So let me just ask you this directly. I want you to think about your day-to-day life for a second. Is it possible, just possible, that some of the things you do without even thinking about them are secretly draining your energy and your contentment?
And that's really the key, isn't it? These habits are sneaky. They don't make a big fuss. They just creep into our lives, maybe disguised as normal behavior. And, well, before we know it, they're kind of running the show from behind the scenes.
Yeah, that's what we're calling them. The silent saboteurs. These are the habits that work from the inside, quietly undermining our happiness when we're not even paying attention.
It's so easy to point fingers, right? Blame the job, the bills, the circumstances. But today, we're going to turn that spotlight inward. We're going to unmask 5 of the biggest happiness saboteurs. And we'll start with the one that keeps us chained to the past.
So our first saboteur, it's this habit of carrying yesterday's stones. It's a really powerful metaphor for the weight we create for ourselves every single time we hold on to a grudge. Just think about that for a second. Imagine you're literally carrying a heavy bag of stones with you everywhere you go. To work, to bed, on vacation. It's exhausting, right? That is exactly what holding a grudge does. It weighs you down, not the person who hurt you. It just makes your present moment feel heavy with the pain of the past.
And this is the absolute key takeaway here. Letting go, forgiving, it isn't about saying what they did was okay or letting them off the hook. No, it's about you deciding that you are no longer going to carry their baggage. It's a powerful act of self-care. It's you freeing up your own energy for today.
All right, our next saboteur. Man, this one has become a total epidemic in the digital age. It's the habit of constant comparison. We call it the highlight reel trap.
And this is that trap in action. We're scrolling through social media, and what do we see? Perfectly polished images of someone else's life. That's their highlight reel. But here's the thing, we're watching it from the perspective of our own messy, complicated, and very real behind-the-scenes footage. It's a game you literally cannot win. Of course, your daily grind, with all its struggles and imperfections, is going to feel lacking when you put it up against someone else's perfectly edited movie trailer. Just recognizing how unfair that comparison is, that's the first step to disarming its power over your happiness.
Okay, next up, we've got a powerful duo that works together to steal our peace. Saboteur number 3 is this internal trap of overthinking, and it's often fueled by saboteur number 4, the external pressure of people-pleasing. Let's tackle that internal loop first.
Oh, you know this one. We all do. That awkward conversation, a mistake at work, a weird text message. Instead of just letting it go, your mind grabs on and just refuses to let it go. It just replays it over and over. And this right here is the destructive cycle. An event happens, and you play it on a loop, analyzing every angle, every word, what you should have done. But here's the truth. All that analysis, it doesn't solve anything. It just sacrifices your peace and calm right now for anxiety about something that's already in the past.
And that internal chaos, it's often paired with this external pressure. We say yes to that extra project, yes to that social event we're dreading, yes to a favor we don't have time for. Why? Because we don't want to disappoint anyone. Each little yes feels like a small thing, but it's like a tiny chip out of our own well-being.
So the way out of this trap is to completely reframe how you think about boundaries. Saying no is not an act of selfishness. Not at all. It's an act of self-respect. It's you telling the world, and more importantly telling yourself, that your time, your energy, and your peace are valuable.
And that brings us to our 5th and final saboteur. Now this one is a little different. It's less about doing something destructive and more about neglecting something constructive. I'm talking about the practice of gratitude. This is where we really start to find the antidote.
I mean, what a powerful idea. When you're stuck in that cycle of comparison or worry, your focus is always on what's missing, what you don't have. Gratitude completely flips that script. It's a practice that literally trains your brain to see the abundance that's already here, all around you.
It makes what you have feel like enough.
And look, it doesn't have to be about big, grand gestures. It's about noticing the simple, everyday stuff we so often take for granted. The warmth of a cup of tea in your hands, a laugh from someone you love, having a safe bed to sleep in, or just a single moment of quiet. Noticing these small blessings is a direct path back to joy.
So what this all comes down to really is agency. It's about taking back control. While you can't control the whole world, you absolutely can take responsibility for the habits that shape your inner world. Your happiness is precious. It really is a treasure, and it's worth protecting from these silent saboteurs.
So, as we wrap things up, I want to leave you with this question. Think back to that heavy bag of stones. If you could reach into that bag right now, today, and just take one out to make your journey a little bit lighter, which stone would you put down first? Would it be the grudge, the comparison, the overthinking? The choice is all yours.